Hello, Assalamu Alaikum, and welcome to Healthy Kitchen, the show that fuses modern cuisine with traditional flavours. My name is Sameena Ali Khan, and with me is our star chef, Rachel Muse, who cooks for celebrities and also royalty. Well, today's theme is barbecues and outdoor cooking. So, Rachel, what's on the menu today?
The lamb and halloumi kebabs.
Yes.
I've got some lovely lamb here from the butcher, and I've kept it like this so that I can dice it, and you can see what I'm talking about when I say, can you cut across the grain? And I'm going to dice it, but you could equally well ask your butcher to dice it. We're dicing it, but if you were cutting something for a stir fry, for example,
yes,
then it's really important that you find the grain and cut across it.
How much meat have you got? And tell us about the size of cubes that you're cutting them into.
I've got 450 grams.
Right.
And we're going to make 8 kebabs.
Okay, so your cubes are ready.
Yes.
What happens next?
Next happens is, I'll put that away, we've got some lovely halloumi.
Is this cheese vegetarian friendly?
It is. It is because this particular cheese, they use vegetarian rennet.
Okay.
If you can, always try and use fresh herbs. If you can't, then you can't, but it's better if you can. So if you want to cut these into, if you want to chop it up, it's easier if you just pull against like this. And if you didn't have fresh mint, you could use, well, if you don't have mint, you could use oregano, or you could use dried oregano.
Okay, now is that just for flavouring then?
Yes.
Okay, and colour, presumably?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to diddle this about and leave it to marinate. But really, if you've only got 10 minutes, fine. Just put it in the fridge for 10 minutes.
What's the advantage of keeping it in for longer? What does it do?
Well, it will tenderise because we've put some lemon in. That will help tenderise and add flavour.
Right. Okay.
The acidity of the lemon will affect the lamb, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's already changed colour.
It's lighter, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's the acidity of the lemon starting to work on the outside of the meat, and the longer you leave it, the more that effect will penetrate the meat. I'm now going to thread it on to the skewers, which I had soaked in some water and now lost. Oh, there we go. So I just soaked them in some water.
So why soak them in water? What does that do?
Well, if they are not soaked in water and you put them near a heat source, then they are tempted to burn.
Right. Okay.
So it makes life easier, especially if you're barbecuing something, and you don't want to have it all kind of charred and burnt. Yes. Then soaking it just delays the process of it burning.
Yeah, it gives it time for the meat to cook then.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Indeed.
And this halloumi.
Yes.
You're counting, aren't you?
I am counting. No, you can talk to me. Yes, I can. I'm not that bad.
Why halloumi?
Because it's highly traceable.
Right.
It's made by someone who uses vegetarian rennet, his own herd of sheep. Yes. So you know what you're getting, you know you're getting the best, you know you've got accountability. So if you happen to not like it, you could tweet the guy and tell him
you're not happy with it.
Not happy with it. Not that you would. And it's, halloumi is a great product. So you see if my calculations work. I knew I was going to do 8 skewers, and if you wanted to have a little bit more halloumi, about a higher ratio of halloumi to lamb, then you could do if you wanted to.
Well, that's better, isn't it? That fits slightly better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. Shall I do the last one?
Yeah.
Right, okay, then. And then we will, if you like, you can start frying them. Do you want to get ahead of the game?
Yeah, sure.
Would you like to slush that about so the oil's kind of in the middle, and then we shall go. I'm going to do 4 at a time.
Yeah, you can hear that straight away.
Because the minute you put something in the pan, you're lowering the temperature of the pan. Yes. You're putting something cold into something hot. So if I were to put all 8 in there, A, it would be a massive squeeze, and B, the temperature would drop dramatically, and then they're not going to fry, they're going to just kind of boil, which is not the effect we want.
Now I can smell the halloumi already.
Yeah, that's great,
it's great,
isn't it?
Yeah. But do you need to keep an eye? Do you need to keep turning over, or
no? I let it have a good old seal.
Right.
To the point of not burning but caramelising, and then turn it over. And be exactly the same on the barbecue.
Okay.
Minus the oil, and you'd be outside in your shorts.
Yes.
Okay, that's just starting to colour.
Yes,
so I'm
so
prepared
turn
to
that
turn
over.
it. And next one's just starting to colour, so I'm prepared to turn it.
Okay.
These two I think are not quite.
And the sizzling sound, I mean, it sounds great as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It smells great, sounds great. But that really has changed colour. I mean, it looks like it's cooked, doesn't it? And it smells
just
it.
a little bit more. I'm just doing the last of the 4 sides.
Yeah. Fabulous.
One.
And it's nice they come out intact.
Now you see me, I love all those bits.
Yeah.
So I will later be taking a bit of flatbread and
Dunking it
dunk
in
it in there.
Now, these accompanying dishes, Rachel, talk us through, what have you got or what have you made? They look fabulous.
A very simple green salad.
Yes.
With some asparagus, fabulous time of year for asparagus.
Yes.
With some lemon in the dressing to bring all the flavours together. Some pita bread. I've got brown and white pita bread.
Yep.
I've got.
You can buy those, can't you? You make your own.
Yeah. The hummus that I did make myself, which you can control the amount of salt you put into, because it's possible to buy hummus.
Yes.
But if you make it yourself, you can. It's very easy to make. It's on the website.
Yes.
And you can control how much salt you put in it, and you can put loads of cumin in it, or loads of garlic, or loads of lemon juice, or loads of tahini. You can make it your own. You can really embrace it.
Okay.
And the couscous,
Yes.
very simple, with pistachios.
Yes.
And
Which you browned off?
no, they just came like that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And spinach, and just a little bit of a lemon dressing with it, and that is so simple, so effective, and everyone's going to think you've spent a lot of time working on it, when in fact it's
very quick.
Very, very easy.
Okay.
Very
Now,
easy.
for all these recipes, and certainly if you want to find out more about the dishes that accompany this fabulous lamb and halloumi kebabs, then just go to our website, healthykitchen.tv, and you'll get all Rachel's tips there, as well as the ingredients, the recipes, and how to make this fabulous spread. So, some fabulous recipes on Healthy Kitchen today, but it's always good to know how our meat gets to our table. So let's join our farm to fork foodie, Ruksana Shain, who this week is at a lamb abattoir.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm here today in Shropshire and I'm going to be visiting a halal lamb abattoir.
My father's been in the industry 40 odd years, and we're second generation coming into the abattoir, and our aim is to try to make the abattoir better from a halal and from a quality perspective. Animal welfare is really important in Islam. Our role in the supply chain here is to ensure that we look after animals the best way possible, give them feed, give them water. The lambs that we buy are natural, they're grass-fed. It's one of the best lamb in the world, and here we have to make sure that we slaughter them in the best possible way. It's really important that the animal is treated well throughout the process, because that's part of our DNA as a Muslim, and we should be caring about how our animals have been raised, how they've been fed, watered, how they've been slaughtered, and short supply chains, buying it locally, all feeds into that ethos.
There are 4 principles that the scholars have placed down for the animal to become halal. If these 4 principles are not met, the animal is still considered haram and not permissible for us to eat. These 4 principles are: number 1, that the animal must be alive at the time of slaughter. Number 2, the slaughterman must be a Muslim, or he could be an Ahl Kitab with regards to the recommendations placed down by the scholars. Number 3, the animal's veins, at least 2 of the 4 must be cut. And number 4, the tasmiyah must be said upon the animal. These are the 4 conditions that would make the criteria for the animal to become halal.
Let's get back to the studio with Rachel and Sameena.
If people have any room for the pudding or the special sweet dish, what have you got prepared?
Well, you see this lurking here?
Yes, it looks great.
A chocolate ganache.
Yep.
Which I made with dark chocolate. I'm going to serve this with some banana ice cream. So it's basically, we call it banana ice cream, and it
Yes.
has the texture of ice cream. Look, I mean, look at that. But it really is just pureed,
That's fine.
frozen bananas.
That's
That's
it.
all it
No
is.
ice cream in it, no cream,
No. So it's got no dairy in it, no added sugar in it,
Yes,
nothing naughty in it whatsoever. It's pureed bananas with a pinch of cinnamon.
fabulous.
That's it.
With
Then,
a little
of
bit
course,
of this chocolate
yeah,
sauce. Yeah.
Then there's a little bit of naughtiness in that.
well,
but
let's put some on.
yeah, let's put some of the
Because
naughtiness
it'd be rude
on.
not to try it as it is. Let's have a go.
Yeah.
Be a bit. All right, lovely. I mean, it comes on beautifully, and this is easy to make as well.
Yeah. And for children,
Yeah.
you can tell them it's ice cream.
Wow, that tastes like ice cream. That's
And
fabulous.
the texture too.
That's great.
You don't need an ice cream maker.
No,
Just whiz it in your food processor. That's simple.
and gets rid of the overripe bananas, which some people don't like eating. So
There you
great.
go.
You've done really well again, Rachel.